right, good morning and welcome. Glad to have you join us on Corporate Governance platform brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. I am Funmi Omoburiu. ICSAN is the leading recognized professional body in Nigeria that's dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. Today on the program, I want to take a look at relevance of disclosure as a tool of stakeholders' relationship management. And our guest in the studio is Dr. ADEWALE ADEKUNLE, FCIS, Chief Responsibility Officer with GWX. Good morning, Dr. ADEKUNLE.
Good morning, Funmi.
All right.
And good morning, all our listeners.
Thank you so much for joining us on the program this morning. Also here in the studio, I have Mr. Kayode Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. Good morning, Mr. Ketefe.
Good morning, Funmi. Good morning to you, our guest, Dr. ADEKUNLE ADEWALE, and all our listeners. Good morning to you.
All right, we're going to take this message and we'll be right back. To stay with us.
The world is constantly evolving into a knowledge-based economy where skills and competencies constitute the lifeblood of public and corporate governance. You therefore need to empower yourself to fit into this new world by gaining basic knowledge and improving your skill set in the governance-focused disciplines. That is why every aspiring as well as practicing professional in governance field needs ICSAN.
ICSAN. What is ICSAN?
ICSAN is a leading statutorily established professional body dedicated to enhancing the status and practice of corporate governance and public administration. ICSAN members are trained as chartered secretaries and administrators.
Who are chartered secretaries and administrators?
Chartered secretaries are high-ranking governance professionals with a broad base of skills, unique amongst other professions. They are trained in law, finance, accounting, administration, strategy development, and corporate governance. In today's world, chartered secretaries and administrators discharge a wide range of duties and responsibilities, including functioning as chairmen of companies, executive directors, non-executive directors, company secretaries, risk managers, compliance managers, board evaluators, and corporate governance evaluators.
That is interesting. How then do I become a chartered secretary and administrator?
Good. Go to the Institute's website, www.icsan.org. You can also visit the National Secretariat of ICSAN at Plot 6, Elephant Cement Way, Alausa, Ikeja, Lagos, to get full information on how to become members. ICSAN, the hub of governance professionals.
All right, so corporate governance platform right here. And as I said earlier, we're looking at relevance of disclosure as a tool of stakeholders' relationship management. All right, Dr. ADEWALE, let's look at the term disclosure. What does it connote in the context of corporate governance?
Disclosure is the term in the term of corporate governance, means complete and thorough revealing of all relevant information to stakeholders and investors about the business.
Yeah, great. Short, simple, straight to the point.
Yes.
All right. So what does full and comprehensive disclosure mean? What does that mean?
Yes. According to the code, our NCCG code that we use, it means that all matters material to investors and stakeholders and of matters set out in the code are fully disclosed to ensure proper monitoring of its implementation, which engenders good corporate governance practice.
All right, so
yes, across the board.
To whom does a company owe the duty of disclosure?
Okay, just the investors and stakeholders.
Investors and stakeholders.
Yes, investors in the name of shareholder. When we want to combine all of them together, they are all stakeholders.
Okay.
Investors, creditors, the environment at which the company operates, the shareholders, the regulatory and statutory bodies, trade unions, employees, general public, even government, because when you are doing business, you need to pay tax. You are responsible to government. You need to disclose what you have done and rightful payment of tax is also part of what we are saying when you are disclosing.
All right,
your
so
business.
Everyone needs to be aware.
Yes.
Great. Now, the code provides that the board should ensure that a company's annual report includes a corporate governance report that provides clear information on the company's governance structures, policies and practices, as well as environmental and social risks and opportunities. What are the advantages of such disclosures?
Yes, great advantages. The advantage of such disclosures include, but not limited to, the fact that the resulting synergy of this concept has the potential to maximize the benefits of corporate governance. These benefits include the rebuilding of lost stakeholder trust in business. You will see so many people don't want to invest in, especially business again, because they will steal my money. Even those investors are saying, I don't want to invest more than necessary so that they will not steal my money. Disclosure and transparency code is for peace of mind, to renew the trust the investors should have in the business and corporate governance practitioners. And that is, it also creates risk. It also to avoid creation of risk of additional damage to that trust. So if the trust has been damaged before, disclosure and transparency, imbibing by that, will help you to build your trust again over the time.
Great. Now, the code further stated that the basic information about the company, policies, practices, and governance structures is contained in the corporate governance report should also be on the company's website and other publications of the company. Why do you think this is desirable?
Yes, it's desirable because that is the fundamental transparency that the codes advocate.
Okay.
Yes, and it is highly desired. You display what you disclose. Beyond that, this needs to be completed in plain, understandable English and displayed promptly, accurately, and continuously in order to present a fair and impartial picture of the business, including their non-financial affairs. Some things that are not like environmental reports, like corporate governance report, as it relates to staff, as it relates to your protection of environment, as it relates to community that you relate to it. And codes also prescribe that every company should have investor portal where you display your 6 years financial account for them to see, audited financial account over the time. And anybody that wants to come, both within and abroad, they can easily. So if you look at the report of Nigerian Exchange Group of recent, the FPI that came in was through portals, was through investors portal that some of the companies, blue chip companies, display, and foreign portfolio investment also that came in, that they came through that, and it's a very good idea, and we must imbibe by it.
All right, great. Now, the code also further provides that the board should use its best judgment to disclose any material matter, even though not specifically required by the code to be disclosed, if, in the opinion of the board, such matter is capable of affecting the present or anticipated financial condition of the company or its status as a going concern. What do you think is the rationale for requiring this subjective disclosure?
Yes. As an investor, what you may be looking at may not be what I'm looking at.
Okay.
And the main reason is because business activities are diverse and dynamic from one organization to the other, which the code's requirement may not be able to sustain. You understand? They have an alignment, but your business that you do is different from what the code has been able to capture. So, but for a corporate entity presentation to have a true and fair view, anything material that needs disclosure should be disclosed for the purpose of absolute transparency. Absolute transparency. Don't let anybody come to check your account and it's as if something material. Why can't you disclose this? You bought the building by the back or beside your company. and you just merge it together like that without notifying anybody. It's not done. Or you spend money on CSR, bogus. You don't want to disclose this. No, everything must be disclosed. Everything. That's ensure absolute transparency.
Great. Now let's look at the relationship between concept of disclosure and transparency. What relationship does this concept have with the reputation and brand profile of a corporate entity?
Okay, this is what I call positive correlation. In other words, direct correlation. You see, when you have the relationship, the concept of disclosure and transparency on reputation is just like when you don't do, whenever you have anything to hide, then you are doing bad thing. You understand? When you don't hide anything, then you can be assured that people will see that you are doing good thing. It helps company to build trust. It assists informed decision making and encourage responsibility by making sure that shareholders, stakeholders, and potential investors have access to accurate and thorough information. This invariably boosts the reputation and brand profile of a corporate entity. So it's a must-do for every company, for every corporate organization that wants to succeed and remain in business.
Now, what advice do you have for organizations on the issue of duty of disclosure?
Yes, since that's what we have been discussing, and we see it as an institute, as a great part of the code that can ensure their succession plan, because these are mandatory requirements for proper and good corporate governance for all corporate organizations. They cannot do without it. It's a lifeline. I advise they should adhere strictly to it and to avoid sanctions that go along with it for defaulters. It is not just a code. It's a code that goes along with sanction, which they need to practice.
Thank you so much, Dr. ADEWALE. Thank you so much. All right, Mr. Ketefe, we have an announcement.
Thank you very much for me. The announcement we have for our listeners today is on ICSAN Professional Qualifying Examination. This is to inform all ICSAN existing students as well as prospective students that the registration for December diet of the Institute's Professional Qualifying Examination is currently ongoing. This registration will close later this month. That is precisely on 31st of October 2024. The examination itself will take place on the 3rd and 4th of December 2024. So for all our assistant students, for all our prospective students especially, we enjoin you to begin the journey to become a charter secretary and administrator, and therefore gain membership into a profession that is not only relevant today, but also promises to be relevant tomorrow. So, for more information on how to become ICSAN members, please call Yinka on 080-6589-7280. For more information on how to become ICSAN member and be a chartered governance professional, please call Yinka on 080-6589-7280. Thank you for listening and have a pleasant day.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kadi Ketefe, FCIS, Head of Research, ICSAN. In like manner, I say thank you to Dr. ADEKUNLE ADEWALE, FCIS, Chief Responsibility Officer with GWX. Thank you for being our guest on the show.
So
and that's how we'll wrap up Corporate Governance Platform this morning, brought to you by the Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators of Nigeria, ICSAN. We'll be back again next week, Wednesday, 10:15 a.m. on a fresh edition. I am from me, Omoburiu. Enjoy the rest of the day.